Hi, this is Lori Patterson, CZT number 5, and I'm going to attempt to draw a tangle pattern by Lori Manoogian, I think. It's called, with an apostrophe, Dillo. I don't have any idea where the name came from. But I'm going to start with my corner dots here. And I'm coming in a little bit farther from the corner than I usually do, but for no reason, just to make it different. And I'm going to do a monotangle, so I'm not going to put any string lines on it. And this starts with a nice big, I would say, C shape. And then it's got in this corner here, and I suppose you could do it from any corner, I'm going to call it a teardrop shape. And I'm going to put a baseline here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw I'm going to aura this first teardrop shape. And then I'm going to aura this shape, but I'm going to start on the corner there and go all the way over to the teardrop shape. Like that. And then I'm going to do another aura of this. And then another aura here. I'm using a pen that's got maybe, it says it's a 0.5. It's a little bit, the nib is a little bit bigger than the 0.1's microns. And I think I have room for one more there. So that's the basic shape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another one coming off of that. So I'm going to start about here and come over like that. And I'm going to start with my little teardrop shape here. And then another. And then aura from this, oops, let's get on the screen, from here. Aura this. And aura this. And I should be turning my tile better. This is the very first time I've done this tangle. Now this would normally probably come down like this, and I'm going to cap it off like that. And I'm going to continue this way. Let's do another one here. I think if I drew it from them all from this angle, it's going to be easier for me. And I'm just going to keep going here. Let's do another one. Let's see. Let's do another one here. And I'm just going to keep going around and around in a circle here. Because I did say this was going to be a monotangle, meaning only one tangle on this tile. I have been a CZT for 10 years, 15 years. I'd have to go look to see when so a long time. But there was a big gap in my tangling that I didn't tangle hardly at all. So I feel like my drawing skills aren't up to par. I look at some people's tangles and the spaces between their lines are even, and mine are not. Their lines are not shaky, and some of mine are. So, but that does not discourage me or keep me from practicing. In the last maybe year, I have increased the amount of tangling I've been doing. I taught a friend of mine how to tangle, and she loves it. And that's encouraged me to tangle more. And another friend that I taught years ago, I reconnected fairly recently, since COVID anyway. And the three of us get together. We try to get together monthly, just to get together and tangle. Sometimes I have something to teach them, or something that I'd like them to try. Sometimes we're just doing our own thing. I personally like tangles where there's lots of opportunities to shadow. So this back and forth, this line, then this line is a great one for that. I have spent a lot of time making greeting cards. So I've been crafting for a long time. I started scrapbooking when that was a big deal in the late 90s, and then I moved over to card making, and right now I'm doing a lot with a company called Altenew. They make stamps, dies, inks. Oops. And I became a certified Altenew educator with them. And that was a fun excursion into my crafting. The problem with that, not that it's really a problem, is that I have procured an awful lot of supplies, whereas Zentangle, my supplies are smaller in size and smaller in quantity. I don't know if any of you would be tangling along with me. I would love to see anything that you've done with me, if you've tangled along with this Dillo. I'd be interested in seeing it, so post it on social media and be sure you link me in. One of the things that I think is important when you're tangling is that you find the stroke that you're going to be able to repeat over and over. So in this case, I'm drawing this stroke, then this stroke, this stroke, then this stroke. I think it's coming along nicely. And I think I'm going to stop drawing right there and go on to my shading. So I'm going to start, oh, here's the original one I did. I'm going to start there and add some graphite along the edge there. And I'm going to go all the way around. And then I'll take my tortillon and blend that. And I'm thinking that this isn't as dark as I want it to be. So I'll get one of these pencils. And these I know I can make sharper anyway. Well, maybe not. All right. There's some times when I really like these pencils because they're this short, and then there are other days I don't like them to be this short. But right now, I've got it nestled in here so I can hold it at a very low angle. And for my purposes right now, that's great. Notice, excuse me, notice I'm still turning my tile, even just for the shading part. I'm still doing that same hand movement over and over. That is being able to just repeat the same movements over and over. That's one of the things that helps you get into more of a meditative state, if that's what you're looking for. Oh, I've already done that. Maybe I've gone all the way around now. All right, now I want to do in the little where the lines meet. So it's going to go under here and here, here and here. Sometimes it's hard to get into such little places, so sometimes I just do something like that. Okay, moving on to an inner layer here. And I can do this inner layer here too. I have to keep looking at the camera to make sure I haven't slid way down here. I think I'm going to make it a little bit darker around the edges of these. And I think I'm going to take a white chalk pencil. And this is not too dirty on the end, so I'm going to just clean it off a little bit. And add some highlights here. And once you start adding chalk, you need to be careful that you're not dragging your hand through it, which would get your hand all chalky, number one, and number two, it would spread the chalk where you might not want it on your drawing. And I think that's done. I'm quite pleased with it. Let me know what you guys think.